Hello, myself Aditya.
I'm Ishan.
And I'm Uha.
We, the students of
And
RV
Sridhar.
College, yes, sir.
Hi everyone.
We, the students of RV College, are here today with Shripad sir, who has been a project manager since the last 30 years. He's handled over 30 plus projects, and few of his major project achievements are he's been into edible oil refinery in Rajasthan, steel plant in JSW Steels, Kaveri water supply line, crude oil pipeline in Gujarat, petrol and diesel pipeline in Gujarat and Rajasthan, nuclear power plant in Rajasthan, lift irrigation scheme for water supply, uh, state highway construction that was a 17-kilometer length highway, and he's done a major bridge in Tungabhadra Dam and many other bridges around Tungabhadra Dam. Central rural construction, and he's done a lot of other bridges and roads around the same district. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
We have listed a few questions based on project planning and project management. My friends would be asking you those questions, sir. Over to Ishan.
Yes, sir. So the first question we have for you is, what do you think are the major roles of a project manager in any industry?
See, basically, as a project manager, initially you should know how to plan the project first. Basically, it starts from budgeting. Okay, budgeting, then the project planning. Then comes the mobilization of the project. You should be able to know what are the parameters involved in the project. For example, I am into construction. Basically, we plan for the materials initially, material, manpower, and the finances. These are the main resources for any project for into which where we are into construction. So then comes the mobilization thing. Mobilization, once you start the mobilization for the project, you should have all these resources once you start mobilization. Mobilization, then the planning starts for the project tenure. Say, suppose we have to complete a project in 1 year's time, we have to plan accordingly what are the sequences of the project we have to do. Suppose in a road construction work, we'll have 10 separate, individual this thing, you can say descriptive works where we have to plan each separately so that we will be able to complete in that stipulated time of 1 year. See, basically, project manager should have initially he should have an experience of start with budgeting, planning the work, executing the work, and also commissioning the work. This is what is the project manager.
Okay, sir. Very insightful, sir. Sir, the second question I have is, what do you think are the top priorities of a project manager?
Project manager top priority is again the same thing will come into picture. See, the thing is he should be able to complete the work in time first thing. Okay, that becomes the progress of the project, and the budget. The budget, he has to complete the project well within the budget, whatever is the stipulated budget for him. Okay, then these are the two major things. Management, the project manager is under some management. Okay, the management will always look into a project manager to complete the work in time and within the budget. So there are some, revenues for the company. This is the main, uh, crux of the project manager's, agenda.
Yes, sir. I understand, sir. So, Uha will be asking the third question.
Yeah.
So I have a question for you. So we heard that you have been working all across India in many different states. So how have you been able to manage the resources that you need for a project?
Basically, what we do is, uh, once we complete a project, the whole set of manpower what we have and the equipments what we require, we have got a total data of all these. Once we complete, the whole team comes along with us for the next project. Suppose we are doing a pipeline project, the resources required for pipeline would be different from a steel plant. Okay. Based on as is per is condition, we have got lot of people and we have got a good admin team with us, admin and HR team, so that we have got a pool of people where we will collect all these data are collected by HR and admin. They will push all these people in wherever we require and at whatever time.
Okay, sir. I have another question. So, what are the main factors that you consider while selecting a project tender?
Project tender, see, basically there are two different things. One is government tender and one is a private tender. If it is a government tender, basically the first thing is government tender. There are two bids. Like one is technical bid and one is financial bid. Once you qualify for a technical bid, there will be a tender. It is floated on the e-procurement portal normally in India, in Karnataka. Basically. In that, what happens is like the technical qualification would be cited there in the website, whether you qualify for the project or not, based on the work done. That is similar. You should have done a similar work. If I am constructing a dam, that is there is a tender for a dam. I should have done a dam before. To that extent, say for technically so many cubics of water, so much of concrete is there, so much of steel is there. All these parameters will be there technically. Once you qualify for the technical bid, suppose three people qualify for the technical bid. Next, I go into a process of financial bid. Then there comes the who is the price is less, he'll get the project. See, then we go into all these details, seeing that the area of the location of the project, the transportation of the place from where we have got our offices, and viability of getting raw materials basically. If there is a civil construction work is there, we basically look into aggregates, cement, and steel supplies, where we get in bulk. If it is a small place, if it is far off from a town or a big place, then we'll have to add additional. Yeah, we have to see that is the viability where we see all these and then go for the tender. And to be very frank and candid, political interferences are too high nowadays in Karnataka, especially. Okay. There again, you should be knowing the local representative, whoever is the local representatives. Those people also play a very important role in getting the project, irrespective of what qualification you have got. That doesn't make any difference to anybody. That's it.
Yes, sir. Understood. Now, Ishan will be taking over.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So the next question I have for you is, in case you are starting a new project on road work, how would the hiring process happen? What are the qualifications you would be looking for in an potential employee?
Basically, we look for experience. First thing is for a road project, he should have a road experience. Earlier, he should have worked in such companies where he can execute the whole thing. He can plan and execute, irrespective of our presence is there or not. He should be a techno-commercial man if he has to head our project there. Basically, he should be technically. He should be well aware of all the things, and commercially, he should see that he should work within our budget. That is the main thing.
Yes, I understand, sir. So the next question I have for you is, how would you create an environment of collaboration on among your team?
See, the thing is now the man management is the biggest thing, irrespective of what resources you have got with you. Equipment, machinery, all these things, material, everything is there. Managing people is a big thing nowadays. That comes with you can say good planning and meeting people every now and then. Weekly or daily, we have meetings in the evenings. There, once a new employee comes into our organization, what happens is we try to, give him some space and take him into confidence. First thing. Then people will start delivering. Till then, nobody, you see, once you trust them, they'll start developing that confidence in themselves. That freedom or whatever confidence you should tell them you are doing well. You wherever he is doing something wrong, we should be able to correct him in such a way that he should not feel that yes, I have done something wrong, I am offended, nothing like that. That is the environment we create. Normally it happens over a period of time, it doesn't happen from the day one. Okay, it happens over a period of 2 to 3 months. Once you start gelling with him, then he will come to know what is the environment required in our company basically. So definitely yes, there are some other points in this. You should look after them well. Basically first thing is your remuneration. Next is their stay, their mobility. All these things should be taken care of. Then definitely people uh, excuse me, yes, they will do give their best and they will do work up to their potential.
Yes, sir. That was very informative. Uha will be asking the next question.
Yeah.
So time and cost, as we know, are directly proportional. And also there are two conflicting factors. How would you manage time so that the cost does not exceed the planned budget?
See, the thing is here I'm talking about construction because there are other things in factories or in manufacturing process industries. Things would be different, and in other any tech related companies, things would be different. I'm talking about construction as of now.
Yes,
In
sir.
construction, what happens is basically thing is everything is related to the land issues will be there. The land issues will have that ROW. It is called ROW in construction, right of way. Okay. Right of way, what happens is once there is a land clearance for any project, until unless the individuals managing the projects, if they delay due to finances or material procurement, then there is a delay. Otherwise, time is definitely we have a planning for time, and cost definitely should not be a problem once until unless there is a huge difference in the basic commodity prices like steel increases suddenly, then we take a hit, or the cement prices increase, we take a hit there. The cost, we don't have any control on the cost because if there is a escalation in the cost of the commodities where which is related to the project. Otherwise, we definitely have we plan in such a way that time and cost both should go hand in hand, and we'll be able to complete in the stipulated time.
Yes, sir. Understood. Aditya will take over now.
Hmm. Tell me.
With continuity to the prayer question, I would like to ask you a situation based question, sir. In case an employee in your company comes to you asking for time, extra time, that he couldn't complete the particular job you assigned him within a week, he asks for extra time. How would you manage that situation, sir?
Extra time in the sense, see, if it is a problem which is related to the natural causes, definitely there will be. Because see, on a day-to-day basis, we will be monitoring the project. It doesn't mean that I go out of station for 3 months and come back and ask this question to him. No, that is not the way. Every day, on a day-to-day basis, we monitor the whole thing until unless there is a natural cause or disturbance in the site because of some issues, which is which doesn't have our control, then definitely we give them time. Otherwise, we don't have the time as we monitor every day, and all projects are are monitored on a daily basis. So there is no question of delay or anybody coming to us for any asking for any extra time.
Sir, I guess you already answered the next question. My next question was, in case of any hazard in the plant, what steps would you take?
Yes, if there is this is a major issue in construction, basically, or in any plant or process or whatever it is. We have got a standard of HSE. Okay. What happens is we look after the safety is the first priority for us.
Okay.
All safety, this thing we will definitely is taken care of before we start a project. We have got a safety officer also for all such projects,
Hmm.
where he's passed a safety, diploma course or engineering course. He comes to us, and on a daily basis, in the mornings and the evenings, he will definitely see that all people are wearing helmets, hand gloves, industrial shoes,
Hmm.
all these to start with, all this is done, and at site what has to be done at that particular time, definitely we will take care of all the safety precautionary measures, and then we start the work. Otherwise we don't start any work.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you. Over to Waha.
So, as you told, people management is one of the important things. So, we would like to know which leadership style you prefer, autocratic or democratic, and why.
No, see, that doesn't work. Autocratic doesn't work at all, and democratic also doesn't work. See, basically the thing is here, uh, one thing is that once you are handling a big project, when now basically I am running my own company. Now things are different. Autocratic, democratic, nothing is going to work. At that point in time, what has to be done, whether autocratic or democratic, we implement that. When we were earlier working with some other company, when I was an employee, it was different, because managing 700 to 800 people in a company who are under you, and you got a skilled and unskilled and very highly qualified people with you. You need all sorts of acumen to control these people and get the work done. That's it.
So, basically, it depends on the situation.
Yes. It is not that it is not easy to, man management, as I told you earlier, is very difficult nowadays, as everybody are very sensitive. And anything one day you just, say that you not done what this and that, tomorrow it doesn't come to work. That is the condition as of now.
Yes, sir, understood. Ishan will take over now.
Yeah.
You're on mute, Ishan.
Yes, sorry. So, I'd like to know about the tools that you have used for the project planning, sir.
Project planning tools, you mean to
Tools and
say?
techniques.
I didn't get you, Ishan.
The tools and techniques, or like some sort of crutch that you use while planning.
Okay. See, basically, what we use is we have got a software platform for planning all these, and this thing. We got a ERP. There was a, I don't know what nowadays people use it. That was very early. I'm talking about 95 to 2005. We were using enterprise resource planning. It was developed by Accenture at that point. It was tailor made for our projects. Okay. What happened was, our MD wanted to know. I was working in L&T then. He wanted to know day-to-day affairs for every project. Every L&T had, say, quite a handful of projects, or 17, 18 projects were running in India, right from oil and gas to steel plant, power plants, then cement plants. All these plants were going on. He wanted one sheet for the whole 17 projects, where he used to come to know the physical progress and the financial progress. Then we implemented this ERP. It was a very good platform. In detail, then I've got a software, this thing also with me. I can give it to you guys. You can just go through it. It's a very good, analytically summarized platform. That's what we are using even today for my projects. Also, I'm in. That's it.
Sure, sir. That would be very helpful.
Yeah, sure.
Uha will be continuing.
Yeah.
So, another question for you. So, which, according to you, is the most important phase, planning or the execution phase?
See, planning is what happens is planning is done in the office. Execution is done on the ground. There are two things. The execution guy, he will come to the office when we start the planning. That's the thing. The planning guy sits in the office in center in front of the computer, and he plans. What he does is he goes along with the PERT chart. He will see what are the activities involved in that project. He will see the end date and the start date. He will put it in that sequence, and he'll see what is the financial progress for that particular month, physically and financially. That doesn't make any sense because he has to sit with the execution guy and plan the whole thing. What can be done and what are the resources required for the execution guy. Then only the planning guy will succeed. Otherwise, the planning goes haywire. This is what is.
So it has to go hand in hand.
Yes, yes. Everything has to go hand in hand.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Aditya will take over.
Sir, my question to you is, how are you able to manage your clients, multiple clients and suppliers simultaneously?
See, client management again, it is client basically suppliers. Yes, we have got a list of vendors for each and every which items which have to be procured from outside. We have got a list of vendors based on that list, and see based on their previous performances with us, like supplies, payment, and LDs, all these matters with the vendors. Based on that, and whoever is got a good rapport with us, then we'll find that vendor and we'll give that project or give that supplies to him. When it comes to the client, client management is a bit, it's a very difficult thing to manage. What happens? What happens there is you should be able to manage the work as well as him personally. Whoever comes to the site, like the hierarchy starts from the chief engineer. For example, in a you can say government organization starts from the chief engineer. Chief engineer, superintendent engineer, executive engineer, assistant executive engineer, assistant engineer. This is the hierarchy. Say 5 guys are there. When they come to the office or site or any meetings, we have to be very good to them personally. One thing, and also work wise you have to be update. You have to be update. Definitely you have to do as per the agreed time frame. We have to do the work. That's it.
Sir, we've already taken enough time of yours, so we would like to end with a few more questions, sir.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure, definitely.
my next question is, what is
Uh,
the biggest challenge you've faced
uh.
amongst all the projects you have done?
See, amongst all the projects, what we have done, the biggest this thing was once two, three this thing which I remember. One was we did a nuclear power plant in Kaiga. I was working then. I was working with a German company called Dotson. It was basically a pipeline company. They were the pioneers in pipeline in India and Gulf. I was working with them, and we had taken that project on EPC basis, engineering, procurement, and construction. It was a big project. At that point in time, it was around 365 crores. So I was the assistant project manager there. There, the security was too high. It was in Kaiga. It is close to Karwar. It is around 55 kilometers from Karwar. It was Kaiga. We had this thing for mechanical. Totally, the whole mechanical part was done by us. Civil part was done by Gammon India. There is a company called Gammon India. There, the security was too high, and what happens was, there once we enter 1 week, we enter there because of high radiation. There was a plant running besides the plant which we were doing. 1 and 2, Kaiga 1 and 2 was running. 3 and 4 we were doing. So the radiation levels were so high. Every week we had $1 in our this thing, neck. They used to check that that pendant normally. When the radiation levels are too high, we were rested for 3 to 4 days. Then we were asked to come back again. And the meeting and all was definitely was very difficult there because every week we had a meeting, scheduled there. It was attended by Defense Ministry secretaries.
Mhm.
That was one project. Another project was in Gujarat and Rajasthan. We did a pipeline of 1,200 kilometers line. It was a 28-inch dia. One was a crude line. The other 18-inch line was a diesel line. It was crisscrossing all the states, almost three states, UP, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Rajasthan.
Mhm.
Started from Viramgam. There is a place called Viramgam. It's bordering Rajasthan and Gujarat. From there it started. It went up to Salai, Mathura, almost Mathura in UP. That was a very challenging project because the right of way, different people were, the caste, creed, all these people were involved. But all those people were very good. But otherwise, the terrain was very difficult there. The summer was very hot. You can say 50, 51 degrees. We still worked. We still worked. We completed. It was a project of Indian Oil Corporation. We were given that project.
Okay.
These two projects, I remember, it was quite challenging. That's all.
Okay, sir. Finally, I would like to ask you, what are the advices you would suggest for the upcoming project managers and entrepreneurs?
See, basically, first thing is don't waste your time. Wherever you find time, you concentrate, join some company, or do something which is definitely which will hold you in good state in the coming days. What you do now, that experience will count. See, suppose you guys are asking me questions, I am able to give you these answers because of my experience. Otherwise, you cannot bullshit with anybody. So don't try to waste your time. Do whatever possible way which you focus on what you want to do first.
Hmm.
Whether it is construction, whether it is a process industry or a manufacturing industry or a automobile industry or some other industry or a or a, nowadays, this, computer savvy things have come up. All these things you plan what and focus what you want to do and indulge yourself in some company or some activity so that definitely that will come out in the paper tomorrow in your biodata resume. Say that I have done this. At least being among the people for you guys at this moment, once you pass out, definitely will help you in the future. Not today. Definitely, it will give you a lot of confidence. Do those things first. Focus on what you want to do, and do it judiciously. Not because of somebody, your parents are telling you do this, do that. Don't do that. What you want to do, you do. But focus on what you do and do it responsibly. That's all.
Okay, sir. Thank you
Okay.
for your valuable time, sir.
Okay.
And we've got enlightened we've learned a lot, sir, in this meet uh, about project planning and project management. Thank you for sparing your time, sir. Have a great day.
Whatever I have, I knew I have told you probably. In my experience, I have told you probably you may meet up so many people, so many other people. But anyway, all
Yes,
the best. Take care.
yes.
Cheers.
Thank you,
Bye.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.